Here I am in front of HPD in Queens, New York. My tenant left 2 days ago, and I'm here to be refiling a violation that is still open, to get an appointment from the city to come inspect and close the violation. So basically what happened was that my exterminator was trying to go there because she called the city saying that she had tons of roaches and mice. My exterminator could not get into the property, into the apartment. She wouldn't let them. She played a lot of games. So I told HPD to leave the violation open until later on. And later on came, she moved out. So I'm about to close it, get the appointment from the city, from HPD, to go inspect while the apartment's empty. And I won't rent the apartment until I get the inspection done, hopefully soon, and get the violation done, and I can start renting the apartment. So yeah, I gotta go and pay $300 once again to get a inspector to come in to inspect it, make sure there's no roaches and bugs and mice, which there never was. She made it up to get even with me. And yeah, so just got to get that done, pay them, and get it done. And hopefully I get the appointment from the city to inspect, to check for roaches and mice. That gets cleared, and then I can move forward with renting the apartment. I already made an appointment. I had a violation, but I filled it out. At this point, guys, I'm giving her my building address, and she's gonna look it up in her file and see what's going on with the property to understand the lowdown. But you have to remember that she wasn't even sure that I was supposed to pay the $300. You never want to be tricky and not pay, because they will find out in the system. So I went ahead and said, you know, I paid previously and I got a refund for it, so I'm gonna pay again. So I went downstairs, I went to their post office, I got a money order for $300, and the $300 initiates for an inspector to come down to clear the violation. So all she's doing now is she's checking the system to see, and once that happens, I remember that she go ahead and make a new appointment. I waited a little longer, and she actually gave me an appointment for like 2 weeks later. So that was pretty cool that it happened pretty fast. You know, sometimes it can go a month. So I have an empty apartment, not much to do. You know, time is money. You could spend, you know, it's $55 a day that you lose in an apartment. So you don't want to keep it empty either. So. Also, guys, the inspector did come, and she was a nice little lady, and she just didn't really do anything. The apartment was all covered in paper on the floor for painting, and she gave it a quick look. The one thing they're concerned about is self-closing doors. She looked at my front door building to see if it was self-closing. She looked at the apartment door to see if it was self-closing. That's a big thing here in New York City about self-closing doors. And she talked about a smoke alarm, make sure it has carbon monoxide. But it really depends on the inspector. I mean, some inspectors are a pain in the butt, that they'll nitpick and look at every little thing. And with an old building, which I have, there's a lot you can probably nitpick on. So you just gotta really hope for the best when an inspector comes into your building, because you know you don't want them to nitpick on other stuff either. So yeah, everything worked out. In a couple of days, the inspector told me that it should come off my my address, where the violation will be closed, and then I have no violations left in the building. I can rent the apartment, and I'm good to go. So do I have to refill everything?
Yeah, so that's what I do now.
Can I make the appointment today?
I don't know if you can do it, so just fill it out and I can have the,
So at this point, she is saying that she's not sure about the $300 if I paid, if I got a refund, but I do remember the refund. I wasn't trying to pull one over on her. But if they're nice about it, if you do end up paying extra twice, they will refund you back the money. So better you just pay there than they drag it out and then they send you a letter in the mail 3 weeks later saying, hey, we can't send you an inspector because you never paid. So now you have to go pay, because everything is really stretched out when it comes to our HPD here in New York City. So you do want to, just pay, and time is money. So just rather I get a refund and wait for the refund than to wait for the inspector and then have to have my apartment empty. So just little tips, tricks like that you have to remember. So I'm about to head downstairs to go get a money order to bring it back up to initiate the inspection appointment. So once that happens, there's a quick turnaround, and now I'll be showing you, the money order that I got from the post office in the court. And it was pretty easy turnaround.